pages. 3 pages.
He's got a lot to cover.
That's just the dirt he's got on.
All right. So first, I'd like to thank you all for coming today. And I know why you're all here. It's to celebrate the fact that I have a new big brother. But let's not make this about me. Let's talk about the fact that my little sister just got married to Josh, who I consider one of my best friends. And wow, John, I can't believe you finally got somebody to take her off of our hands. We will go Black Friday shopping this year without her taking. All right, so let's see. What is there to say about Josh? I know he really didn't like the idea of me giving a speech, so instead, what I'm going to do is just list out some positives and negatives about Josh. And not really do the traditional speech. So first, why don't we start with the positive? He makes a good first impression. For example, we first met him when Jen brought him over for a fire. He went to sit in his chair, and it tipped back and he fell to the ground. At that moment, when I was done laughing, we knew that he was part of the group. All right, let's go with the negative now. He's a sore loser. Just ask anybody who beat him at Madden. TJ, Ronnie, Bird.
Not yet. Little Josh.
Little Josh. Looking at you.
He has not beat me yet.
Yes, I have.
All right. You know what? Why don't we go to another negative? He's a sore winner. Again, just ask anybody who beat him at Madden. TJ, Ronnie, Bird. Looking at you. Little Josh, that one I can go for you too. All right, let's go back to a positive now. He comes up with some great one-liners. Jen and I were dying the one time we were on our way to Erie to get fireworks.
Oh, God.
Josh's ears were popping in the car when we were going up and down hills down the 90, and he yells, seriously mind you, oh, my ears are going poppity-pop-pop.
I couldn't get it out.
And we really just never let that go to this day. You know what? Let's go with another positive. When he plays Minecraft, he can dig a hole looking for treasure that doesn't exist like nobody else. And he can also make a really good dirt house. All right, let's go back to another negative. He's not a very good pumpkin carver. He came over once to my mom's when I think it was the first Halloween that Jen knew him. Came over and he was gonna using a stencil to write "welcome" on a pumpkin, and instead it came out Valconi. All right, so let's go to a positive here. One of Josh's best traits is that he's a pretty emotional guy. And initially, you wouldn't think that's the case. But I still remember the most emotional I've ever seen him. And it was on May 8th, 2014. What happened that day, you ask? The Bills just traded up to pick Sammy Watkins 4th overall. He had tears in his eyes, he was so happy. And he was cheering so loud that Jen came back into the house to tell him to quiet down, but I stopped that. I yelled, Jen, let him have his moment. All right, so let's talk about another time that Josh was emotional. And it happened July of last year when we were camping. Everybody else was sleeping, and Josh and I were the only ones left around the fire. And he said he had to ask me a question about something. And he showed me a ring. At first, I was honored he wanted to give me a ring. But I couldn't help wondering what Jen was gonna do. But then I realized the ring wasn't for me, it was for Jen. He expressed how much he loved her and how he couldn't imagine life without her, and said he wanted to get permission from my mom and I first. Obviously, it was more than a year later when he actually proposed. It actually makes me laugh every time Jen would have mentioned something about getting married and everything, just because we all knew it was going to be coming someday. So I couldn't be happier with Josh becoming part of our family today. Not only does one of my best friends become my big brother, but I also get to become an uncle. It's one of the coolest kids I know.
I know, seriously, Randy.
So, Josh and little Josh, I'm happy to welcome you to our family. And to Jen and Josh, I wish you nothing but happiness from this day forward. So, why don't we all raise our glasses for whatever we're drinking and toast to Jen and Josh's happiness.
Here,
Happiness.
to happiness.
Enjoy, buddy.